Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. So this is my review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 14, All White Never Forget Showdown. So please excuse my nose, doing some helping out with some painting today and dusting whatever and mess up with my allergies. So let's just get right into this. Now the episode starts off with we see Greg. It turns out what happened to Greg is that Greg, it's hereditary where there's a heart condition. He has a irregular heartbeat, and so maybe he may get a pacemaker in, maybe not. But Greg's all about, just moving forward, and he understands there's a problem, but he doesn't really want to focus on that. So Nene's not going to focus on that. She's going to make sure that her dude's okay. He's already trying to crack jokes. So Greg's all right. Greg is all right. We're back at Chateau Sheree. Sheree has her kids there because her life coach is coming over. And so then the life coach comes over. He talks to Sheree and tells Sheree, all right, so how did your homework go? She says that she had a friend go and act out what she was supposed to do, and then she tried it herself. She doesn't even remember what happened because she just blacks out whenever she thinks about that. And life coach said, okay, so who else have you talked to about this? And Sheree basically said, no one or ever. I never really talked about this, period. So then the coach said, all right, I need you to tell your kids, how long do you think you'll need? Okay, I need 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? We don't know, Sheree. So she needs 2 weeks. This is something important. And she also was asked to be like the spokesperson for like some large national domestic violence organization. So she's definitely thinking about doing that as well. But first things first, before that, she needs to go and talk to her kids, at least feel like she can talk to her kids. Because right now, she said that she knows she's not a failure because she got out of the relationship, but she feels like a failure because she feels like she teaches them to be strong regardless of what people say or do. Make sure that you hold yourself like this, even though she feels like she lets someone hold herself like that. And so it's hard for her. It's hard for her. She gets emotional every time she tries to talk about it, and that's what's going on with Sheree right now, at least for this part of the episode. Then we see Kandi. Kandi and her little crew. Cute little Ace is there. Todd's there, and Kandi, she has the cover for Essence. And, wait, is it Essence or Ebony magazine? Either way, cover for one of those magazines, and she's ecstatic. She never thought that she would get there, because originally she was like, she always worked hard for it, but she was trying to figure out, dang, why can't I get this? Why can't I get this? And then it was just like out of nowhere, oh, okay, now we want to give it to you. It's like, oh, so I basically just have to do everything until you gave me it. Sometimes that's how life is. But we see Riley, because I was thinking to myself, where is Riley? This wouldn't be a Kandi Burst production without her baby. Where is Riley? So we see Riley. She has the hair, and Riley's growing up. And I said, look at Riley. Look at Riley. She's probably like, yo, little man, ain't talking about me now. That's what I thought. Forget the, being uninterested about almost everything. You ain't coming at me now with this. Anyway, so Kandi, she has that same type of qualms about, okay, she's a mother, but she also wants to be a great businesswoman, and she wants to provide. And it's that whole thing of, am I putting too much focus on the business instead of being able to put some of that extra focus on the kids or not? But Carmen's already gone. One more thing she has to worry about is that Carmen's gone. Apparently Don Juan's there to help out. Don Juan's like, oh, I haven't packed a Candy's bag in like 10 years, because that's what Carmen was there for. And the thing is that they don't even have a hotel. So it's funny when Kandi was like, oh, I guess we could, I know this is, but maybe we want to call the Trump Towers? Hold on, guys. Lord, when she said that, they looked at her like, you know what? We're not doing that, but they'll have residency. They'll have residency. Oh my God. A black celebrity wants to come. Okay, we'll make room. You can go. You can go. Anyway. Now that Greg's back, we're seeing a montage of, it looks like Cynthia was a part of like this young girls thing. Kenya was showing her product line. Kim was there with Greg. But next up is Porsha. Porsha for this episode, I'm like, dang, Porsha's really just like a beeline character right now. Okay. So Porsha's main focus was to make good with her sister. Lauren was out of the house for the weekend. And so Porsha brought Tiffany over, their cousin, to kind of to just be the mediator, because Lauren said, she was very emotional that day, so it didn't help with her personality and her being upset, but she got upset when she just felt like Lauren's issue is Porsha kept saying I, and Lauren realizes, wow, all this stuff is really Porsha's. Regardless of what Porsha says, all of this stuff is really Porsha's, and that's fine, with the exception of, if I'm putting all my time and focus onto this, I'm 30 years old, now I'm a mother, like, what if she decides the next day, tomorrow, she doesn't want to do any of this? What if, or what if it's just like, oh, she doesn't want to use her sister anymore, she wants a real or a regular assistant? It's like, what do I have to really save for myself that I can go out and start doing stuff on my own? And I'm thinking, you know how to run the business, but again, it's the whole thing, if you don't have the capital, all that other stuff, and maybe the branding, then maybe it would be really difficult for you. But that's her issues. That's really more so her issues. Porsha said, look, I love you, I support you, we're going to figure this out together. And then it was that other thing of, so what issues do you have going on? It's just a lot. It's not stuff I want to say on camera, but it's just a lot, and I just don't want to burden you with it. And I'm thinking, oh Lord, here's the problem. That is your sister. That's supposed to be your sister through and through. And Porsha tells her the same thing. So we're done with that, because I gave her more time than Bravo gave her. Let's be real. Next up, we have Nene again. Nene's there because she brought in, what's her name? Monique. Is it Monique? Yeah, I think it's Monique. Her friend that she had on the show a couple of years ago, she's back. She looks different because she has the blonde hair. I'm sure the makeup's a little bit different to accommodate for all that. Whatever. Cool. So she's there, one of her real friends, and then there's this guy named Brandon that's supposed to be Nene's friend as well. Nene tells him that Greg's doing well because they're asking about Greg. But, one day at a time type of thing. Most importantly, she wants to do a gay and girls and gay. What is it? Girls and guys. That's essentially what she wants to do, a girls and gays party. And I'm thinking, so none of your friends are going to tell you that title is problematic at all? Even I realized, I said, ooh, oh Lord. Ooh, social media is going to get her for that. Ooh, because they talk about how, women use, gay men. Well, I shouldn't say gay people. Gay men as props instead of as people. Well, okay, that was dismissive of what I was about to say. Let me back up a little bit. So I'm thinking, Nene, you might want to rethink and all that. Obviously, I don't care. But I could see where someone else would care, so I'm definitely not just going to go and dismiss it, because that's not right. But we're moving on from that, because the main crux of this was that Nene wanted to talk about Porsha. And the thing is, Monique and Brandon like Porsha. So they're like, so is Porsha comes to the party? Porsha lives right down the street. What's really going on? You two are supposed to be cool. Well, this is petty. This is silly. Come on, this is supposed to be your youngest sister, your little sister. You're supposed to be big sis. What are you doing? Come on now, Nene. So Nene's over it. Nene's just like, look, I'm amazing. No, I'm just fantastic. She can go over there. Apparently she sent her text messages, and they showed us the text message and how Porsha was saying, well, you know what? Whatever issues you have with me, if you have a problem with me, then you can go and speak to me, or we can go and talk. And I'm thinking, Porsha, you're supposed to know me. And we move on, because we knew that wasn't going to work. That didn't even sound like it made any sense. Anyway. Oh, yeah. BTS is going to be on Ellen tomorrow. Just wanted to put that out there. And the Soul Train Awards, I didn't realize they come on tonight. I'm not going to be fake. I normally don't watch them. But people are really amped about this year. So I'm going to watch. I already missed this. I have to rewind it. Well, it's still going on. But Apparently, Kenya and Sheree are friends. So they never had a big falling out. So I guess I can believe it. They went into a spin class. I said, that makes sense. They do like to work out. So that makes sense. Of course, here comes Kenya like, oh, you see that pudding, that pudding body over there? Something to that effect. I'm thinking, Kenya, you know these people here on social media love to go at you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because regardless of if they believe Sheree or not for having the things that she says are done, they still like her. They like her way more than they like you. So let's back up a little bit. Anyway, but again, it's all in jest. Don't take any of this too seriously. I do like the moment that they had. Kenya said she is doing a PSA for domestic violence, so she thought, it'd be important. Sheree, she would love to bring you and be a part of it. And I was thinking domestic violence. What did Kenya? I said, oh, okay, the mat. Maybe it's something else, but obviously, if we're gonna go and think recent, the mat, because even though he didn't hit her, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if he said, oh, he's paid. Dude, off his rocker. Let's just be real. He was off his rocker, regardless if you felt like it was real or not. At some point, he just flipped. And that wasn't fake, because he's still doing stuff today. Not even joking. Anyway. So then, apparently Sheree gets Nene's message, and she looks shocked, or however we're going to play it. Sheree's also doing another potentially domestic violence, working with another organization. She needs to make sure that there's no conflict. I would hope not. That'd be pretty messed up. It's like, oh, there's a conflict, even though we're talking about something really important. But then they kind of joke around about how, so Nene has a girls and gays event. They couldn't even get the title out, because it's like, you really went. Okay, all right. We trying to warn you. We trying to help you out. Kandi's there, and Kandi's there at the photo shoot. Kandi, she's one of those people, and she acknowledged the fact that she's not really outwardly expressive and emotional unless she's upset and crying. And so she was just like, I want you guys to know I appreciate this. I never thought I would be on the cover like this, because I was trying for years to try and see what I could do to get on, and it just wasn't working. So the fact that you guys is pretty much offer this to me, I mean, that's God. That's a blessing on top of a blessing. Kandi looked great. I liked her looks, and that particular issue had to do with confidence. Women who were confident, and I'm thinking, I said, yeah. I said, that works. I said, that does make sense, because when you really think all the things that Kandi's done, that makes sense. Moving on. Will and Cynthia. Mr. Smooth, that's what I'm going to call him. So Mr. Smooth, they go out, they get frozen yogurt or ice cream, and I'm just writing down everything he says. Mental note. The cues, mental note. I said, mental note. The cues. I'm like, oh, the colors. Okay, he's wearing those colors. Oh, he complimented on her colors. I actually gave her a compliment. Oh, okay. And the main crux of their conversation was the fact that she took him. Cynthia's a relationship type of woman. There's nothing wrong with that at all. She's just a relationship type of person, and she brought him over to Quad and to an event that I guess Quad had, or party, and there were pictures, and the pictures circulated like, oh, is Cynthia dating this dude? Especially since Cynthia's breakup with her husband was so public, and their relationship period, then of course who she's going to be with next. That, it really was in the media. It wasn't just like, oh, they were playing this up for the show. I do remember that. Now, dang. Oh, I apologize. I sound so congested. So she was just like, it's cool. I told you that this would happen sometimes. And he said, no, it's all right. But we know, I understand. You said, yeah, we're taking this slow, one day at a time. She said, yeah, one day at a time. That's exactly how it's happening. He said, okay, well, maybe you just need to do more private stuff. Like, she talks about her house. And then that's when he transitioned over. So when do I see, Lake Bailey? I said, Cynthia, you're gonna have to watch out. This guy's good. I'm taking mental notes. I'm taking all the mental notes. And She said, "Oh well, if you play cards right, soon." I'm like, "Oh my God, Cynthia, why are you showing them all your cards?" I'm like, "Oh, you're so bad at this, but this is so entertaining to me. It's so messed up." Oh, but he's good. And even when he got up, when he held, I said, "This Cynthia, Cynthia, you need to watch out for Will. I don't think you're ready for Will yet. I don't think you are." Then we see Nene's event. Greg is there. Of course, he wants to be a part of everything. That's how Greg is. Glad to have him. Nene has all of these guys. They're shirtless. They're part of the party. Cool. Because she was like, "Oh, well, the girls and the gays can." I'm like, Nene. Social media. I'm like, "Oh God, Nene. Social media's going to get you. Social media's going to get you. It doesn't hurt me." And probably a lot of the people who watch the show, but it's going to be a lot as well. They're like, "Oh, you need to stop saying that." So I'm like, "Oh, be ready for it, Nene." Ding dong, who's at the door? I said, "That better not be that better not be I said, "That looks like something Marlo! Marlo! It is Marlo!" And Marlo, we kind of go down memory lane. Apparently, they both went out to the mall or somewhere. They're waiting for the cars to come back. And that's when they saw each other and they were arguing for 30 minutes. And then after they're arguing and screaming, then they just had a regular conversation. I said, "But that's how the relationship always was." So then we kind of go by memory lane of how Marlo and Nene kind of had a falling out. Not kind of, they did. And this was like water under the bridge. So Nene was just like, so then somehow it segued into her relationship with Porsha. And because I guess Marlo was just like, "Oh yeah, what's going on with you and Porsha?" And so then she told her, she said, but that's your girl. No, that's fine. You need to invite her." And then she was like, she's right down the street, and she has a bigger house than you. So I'm trying to figure. I said, "Oh, you trying to start something? You trying to start something?" And wait a minute, is that a Porsche? Okay, yes, a Porsche. I thought that was a Bentley for a second. I said, "Wait a minute now." So then we see Sheree. She rolls up to someone's big house, and it's Kim's. So we already knew that Kim was coming back, but Kim's there, and we kind of go down memory lane of how Sheree was the one that introduced Kim and Croy. I said, "Oh wow, that's crazy." And then it's kind of going over the fact that, well, Kim has this no, Nene has this event going on, and Sheree's invited, but Sheree's just like, it's for girls and gays, so why don't I bring my, ex-gay friend? I said, "Oh God." So when she said that, you need to look at Kim's face. Because, oh, speaking of faces, I looked at Marlo and I said, "Marlo, you look good." And I said, "Marlo, you don't look stressed." I'm like, "Marlo, you look good. The short hair looks good on you. Your energy feels a little different." I said, "A little." Anyway, so we see that after bringing up Nene's name in the event, and Kim, having that awkward look of, don't, that whole thing where she was a lesbian. We're going to pretend like that never happened with the DJ. Yeah, we're going to pretend like that never happened. What was it? Her name, Tracy? Jesus, this show. Anyway, Kim has a picture of Nene's car parked in the handicap, and they're like, Brent wasn't there, Greg wasn't there. Apparently, someone was handicapped when she was there. It's like, okay, great. And then it also segues into how Candace's doing with her relationship, and how no one's met the guy yet, but she seems really happy, so Sheree's just happy for her. Kim's like, "Oh, her with the fake relationship and the fake everything else, I'm just tired of her." And where are we going to actually see this person? When is she actually going to go away? I mean, that would be really great if she could just go away, I'm thinking. And she said some other stuff, but I didn't care because I said, because Kenya is just in a zen moment, I'm actually just so happy about that, because I was really getting tired of her and the antics. So I'm just happy about this moment. So I'm just like, "Oh God, Kim, just stop right now. Right now. Later on, I'll appreciate it, but right now, no. Cynthia gets there, and she brings, what's his name? She brings, dang, the guy who, dang nabbit, hold on. Jay, what is his name? J, Jay. Derek J. Remember the black gay guy who was a little rounder and always wore the heels and had the purse? Yeah, apparently he's back. It looks like they're trying to bring everyone back. I saw Lisa Wu before they mentioned her. I said, look at this is really a reunion. So anyway, did they make a comment about what I already told you about the name being problematic, the girls and gays event? And everyone kind of realized, oh, that wasn't the right move. Because again, it's like, oh, as gay people, well, more particularly gay guys as props, instead of seeing them as individuals with the ladies and all of that. So I said, okay, we got it. We see it. Oh yeah, Porsha was in another scene. It was her looking at the wigs and I guess looking at her product. And again, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna, how it's gonna be featured in her store and all of that. So I said, okay, cool. So now Kenya's there. Everything's cool because of course Kenya and Cynthia on good terms.
Wow. It was like crazy. I mean, we're only now about 2 weeks now.
What am I trying to think? They kind of talked about Will for a second, but here comes Nene. Nene's really happy, and then comes Sheree and Kim. Now, the big thing about Marlo was there, too. So when Sheree and Kim came, it was kind of that whole thing of, wait a minute, what's she doing here? Because Kim wasn't invited. Of course, Sheree brought... Why would Sheree wear a carrying the bones... Sheree's just going to market this. This is going to be one of her apparel. I already see it. And that's what she really should be doing. She should just be selling regular apparel. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. No big fashion. Don't need to do any of that. Just simple apparel. So as soon as Kim walks through, Kenya instantly has stank face. Like, ugh. Like, ugh. But so far, so good. Remember, Nene and Kim have a very tumultuous relationship. But Nene's in the good mood. She's not trying to have any problems. So then they're all good. They're all good until they get into the house. Because when you see how it was situated, there wasn't enough seating for everyone. So Marlo was actually just sitting on the... So then they brought it back into the house. And it was ventilated. Well, the AC was going. And everything's cool. Everyone's happy. Kenya with her mystery dude. Marlo's kind of bringing it up like, yo, when I found you were married, she's crazy and all that. And then Kim kind of mentioned that, oh, so is this one real or is he not? Like, where is he? And you know Kenya. Kenya is not the type to let someone pick on her. Someone pick at her, someone dig at her. So Kenya decided, all right, over there. Somehow it jumped to, now again, all of this paraphrasing. Look at your face. Look at your face. Look at your balloon face. Look at your balloon face. When you're talking about Kenya, everything about you is fake. Look at the boobs, the face, the butt, the hair. Kim, it was just like, you know, shout to you and your botched surgeries. I'm thinking, what type of... And I said, oh my God, this is irking me, and I almost don't even care about this stuff, but you know what? At least it's something different, so I'll continue to watch. And it kept going on based on appearances about, Kenya then said, you know, if Kim's so happy, why is she focused on my life? Why is she focused on her husband and her 10 kids? Kim was just like, you know what? Kenya, with this whole imaginary relationship, it's just interesting to me. So then Kenya was just like, oh, well, you know, why don't you go focus on pimping out your daughter for John Legend tickets? Why don't you go and offer up her mouth services for... I'm thinking, okay. Because if you notice, no one was really in the mood for all of that. Everyone's just kind of looking like, oh, God, really? We're really doing this today? So at that point, Kim said, you know what? She got up, and that's when the camera shuffles. And we'll see what happens next week. Please like, comment, subscribe. I might do an impromptu. You know what? I'm not going to throw it out there because people are going to say, are you going to do it or not? We'll see. We'll see. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Because I still have work to do. Jesus, why would I do all this stuff on a Sunday night? And tomorrow I have to go into work. And now my allergies are a mess.